Alrighty, hello everyone. Thursday night, Friday afternoon if you're in Australia. Welcome back to the MidWest F1 League Division Tree. This time full lobby in Suzuka. Set to be a fun time. Where does Suzuka rank for you there, Jack? We'll get that out of the way early.
Oh, Suzuka is an all-time great track. I wouldn't say I'm particularly strong at it, but it's a driver's track for sure. And, if you've got the right setup on, man, it's a lot of fun to drive. Not great to pass on, but there are some opportunities.
Okay, keep talking. I'm trying to figure out my camera.
What's that?
Keep talking. I'm trying to figure out my camera.
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't notice that this was the forecast, but we've got what looks to be quite heavy rain. Is this intermediate weather? Let's find out. Tyres are wet by default, but looks like full wet conditions for this qualifying conditions. I can probably have looked at that prior. But here we are in Japan, of course. The only track on the calendar to be a figure eight, as we see Grumpy Old Catman select Inters briefly. He's not the only one now, and it seems that maybe they're, well, probably not a choice actually. They quickly changed back. The McLaren there at Travis Scott's. The only other Japanese track I remember F1 racing at was Fuji. That also rained quite frequently. 2007 being one that I remember quite vividly, when Alonso had a massive crash that ultimately cost him the championship, I think. Bad memories aside, Suzuka, always a great track to race on. That first sector, so flowing. Only really turn one, a place that you can overtake in the first sector. There's also potential dive bombs into the hairpin, Kobayashi-like maneuver. Maybe a run to the Casino Triangle, but depends on how you get through 130R. There's Crash's face.
There it is. Figured it out. I don't know exactly what I did different, but small victories, I guess. But here we go. As you can see, and as Jacko mentioned, it is bloody wet.
Yeah.
Very wet.
And we have one driver on track in intermediates. I'm interested to see how they compare.
I mean, worth the test, right? As long as you can get back to the garage if it isn't viable.
Well, yeah, sure. It depends on what the other weather is as well in the race. Seems like the race is going to be dry.
Yeah, overcast and dry.
Not really an issue then.
My goodness.
Interesting.
Okay, so Jacko, you're put back into the racing seat, and you see the weather that it is touted for. I mean, you must go on a dry setup and then just take your chances in qualifying, right?
Yeah, you might put a tiny bit more wing in just to get yourself to that good position, because it is a tough track to make passes on.
True.
But, I think the dry setup will be more preferable than a wet setup, that's for sure. The race will be fully dry.
What says you jump on board with Mosser here and take us around Suzuka?
There is the man. Oh, here he is. Alright, we're heading through turns 1 and 2. Looked like we didn't quite apex the first part, and there's a lot of traction issues there, shall we say, for the AlphaTauri. He manages it well though, and reasonably well apexed for these next few corners. Of course, in the wet, apexing isn't as important, and there can be grip around the outside of some corners. We'll see if that manifests itself this session, but I think this is not the right way to take Dunlop. Not quite in full control of the car there. Better than being in the gravel trap though. I think there was a lift as well, which is not the fastest way around, but now through the Degners. Don't touch the curbs in these conditions. That was well done through there. And here's this passing opportunity into the hairpin if you're confident enough on the brakes that you won't hit the guy. And that's a wide line. It's
Alternate
not necessarily
route.
bad. It can be alright in the wet. So you can find the traction. And there's a bit of a bump in the road here, which can be very dangerous in the wet, but Ryan negotiates it well. And now through Spoon, doesn't pick up too much understeer, but does pick up a bit of oversteer there. And doesn't use the whole track on the exit. We'll see how fast he can take 130 out. Does he have to lift? I imagine he might even shift down.
Yeah.
It's flat, of course, in the dry. Let's see how it is in the wet.
Oh,
it's a double shift down. Did not have the confidence whatsoever. And the final braking zone through the chicane. We've seen championships won and lost here. And we've seen Glock in the wall to the left. But Brian is going to finish this lap and put himself in the wall
In the wall,
with a
yeah.
47.7.
Oh,
What on
goodness.
earth that ending was. It definitely wasn't the fastest way to the line, but maybe he was losing a rear.
D3 Championship leader, Electric Blade looking like he's going to go around another time. Soy Loco starting one. We have an Alfa Romeo. Is that Fireballer? It is. Followed by Travis Scott as well, taking pole early on. Quickly taken away by Slayerized. Jordahum into third. And followed by Ferrari of Unholy, who takes third away. I think that's Gabba Guy now. Followed by a Merc. We're getting a lot of times over here in seventh. Johnny Damon will go third.
It looks like Grumpy decided the inters were not the right tyre and went back into the pits immediately.
There we go. Now we got DJ Knick-Knack. So a lot of times we're getting over here pretty quick. Slayer Eyes with a nice little 145.363. That is quickly taken over by the Williams of Knick-Knack. Ray starting
not by
one.
a great margin.
Yeah.
That's still within a tenth there. Great lap by both of them. Johnny just popped himself up there into the second row provisionally in the Mercedes.
If I'm a betting man, I'm going to think that Pork Chops is going to take 130R here in second gear. No, he drops it to sixth, similar to what we saw Mosser do. And
yeah, I think 6th or 7th is the right gear for 130R. Probably 7th, but depending on your confidence levels and downforce levels, could be 6th.
I would love to see Pork Chops just have a unreal qualifying here in the wet.
Jose Miguel got himself on a curb and I expected him to lose the rear completely, but he saved it very nicely, only to go off at the next turn. Still somehow purple through the first sector. I think Electric Blade went to the top during that time. So we've got 2 Alpines in the top 3 for now. Have a quick look at the recent few rounds here. Division 3.
Let's pull up the Drivers' Championship as well while you do that quick. Electric Blade is leading it with Travis Scott second and Slayerized in third. Pork Chops fourth, just got moved outside of the promotion zone. Gabagai, Knick-Knack, and Ray, all within the hunt still. On the constructor side, Williams leading, not too far separated from Alpine and Aston Martin, so a proper constructors battle there. As we're on board with Jose Miguel quickly, and then over to Dead Text Message to finish up his time.
Goes to provisional pole for Jose Miguel. That lap did feature an off-track excursion, but it didn't seem to slow him down too much. Well done. And I tell you, Electric Blade, the reason he's the championship leader is 5 of the last 6 rounds he's won. That's an incredible streak going.
Yeah, he's got a good little margin to second place too, so he's looking very strong.
Nice to see Slayers win a race as well. Good on him.
Here we go. Formerly the Division 1 man, Soy Loco, going into 7th.
So Alpine are first and third in the standings, but they're not leading the constructors. That's okay. So there must be some mid-season changes, I guess.
Yeah.
That's funny how that works out.
Yeah. Maybe a former Williams driver got promoted. And
I imagine so.
And as well, yeah, Blade and Slayer Eyes may have gotten a lot of their points from Division 2 races too.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Or Division 4, actually, and they moved up. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to tell who's on a flyer here because a lot of guys are tending to stay out and putting a couple laps in on attempts on these one set of tires to start their qualifying venture.
Yeah, you got to remember there's only 2 sets of wets available, so you can't really make three runs like on different sets. It's not going to work. Sometimes you'll see that if there's wet weather coming in the race as well, you'll only use one set in qualifying. Just continue going around and around, acclimatise yourself, put a lot of fuel in for that reason. And yeah, also the ERS won't burn through as much as well hot lap in the wet because you recharge it quicker. So it becomes viable to do back-to-back runs.
And grumpy old Catman puts himself into 8th, not too bad.
Then we had an issue there for Slayer, who's just recovering himself from a backwards moment at Spoon, I believe.
Grumpy was the one that initially tested out the inters, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You can see how quick the rain is coming down with how quickly their tires marks dissipate on the ground after they drive through. It's like it only stays there. Yeah, it only stays.
Good Johnny Damon exited the chicane there. He's going to enter the pits as a result.
He just promoted himself. I think that was Cynical.
What's that?
I think Cynical just promoted himself up into 7th there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Cynical had been outside the top 10. Now he's in 7th, as you point out. Just over a second off pole himself.
The Red Bull's parked right under the bridge for a moment there.
Grumpy coming to the second sector split here on a lap. Currently sits 9th, the highest of the Aston Martins for now. As Noganator goes to the top. Grumpy's found a lot of pace here though. Uses 7th gear through 130. I actually could have wiped off a bit less speed, I think. Turns in a bit early. I think he's lost some time here in this third sector, but he still may improve. He's coming across the line momentarily, and he's going to go 8th. There was more time in that. He can for sure move up.
Still showing some fairly tight margins there from 4th all the way down to 11th.
Now there's a few distinct packs of drivers there. 2/10 cover the top 3. 2/10 cover, 1.5 cover the next 3. And then you've got another pack right behind that, which is even massively longer than that. A lot of 45.9s. Ray, the only driver yet to set a lap. He's currently on track though.
We got there.
Nice bookending the top 10.
Noganator.
Jordan is struggling with he's catching the car every few seconds. It's good to watch. It's good talent to catch the car, but need to have some more confidence in it.
So Monster right now through the split we just got is up on his time. If he continues that, he should move up quite a few positions. And as well, maybe he potentially had a bad... Oh, he did hit the wall initially, and yeah, he will come over 7. Sorry, what are you saying?
Oh, I just got on board with Brian himself, and he got a huge sideways moment there in the last turn. I think maybe lost about 2/10 there. Could have seen him as high as 5th place.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to like the final turn.
Yeah, there's a very little grip there, apparently.
Unholy up to 7th.
Grumpy's got a lot of understeer in this first sector. We'll see if his sector's time is still competitive though. and it's not very good compared to his previous effort. Unfortunate. What's his teammate up to? Okay. Just completed a lap, 1/10 behind his personal best, so Pork is potentially struggling here. Currently sits 19th and last of those who set a time. Very close, of course, to 18th though.
Yeah, he needs to shave off quite a few seconds. Which is,
or is this part of the master plan to start with a qualifying time so he can go for the hardest charger point? We've seen it many times before from Pork.
True enough, true enough. Speaking of the man, he did re-up his sub for 25 months now. That's quite something.
Ray about halfway around his first lap. We'll see if he can set
one.
Ooh,
Gabagay spun.
Oh, he spun in Dunlop. Unfortunate.
Was the responsible thing and waits for his time.
Player there, very close to Nogginator's P1 time, but not quite. 4 cars now in the 44s. Oh, that's an unfortunate 130R from Ray, and he's going to bail from his lap, I think.
Yeah. Was very brave going into it, and he might have 2 attempts.
Really?
Sorry?
Oh, that's going to be into his qualifying as well.
Oh, he's into the pits? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, one McLaren's going to start last. I think I just saw someone sideways like flick through the cameras, but I lost who that was. The other McLaren, though, currently in P6. As Nogginator pulls into the pits as well. He's done with his session. He tends down in the first sector from Travis, but there goes Jose Miguel now.
Wow.
6/10 clear at the top. Fantastic time.
Pork did improve his time as well, up to 15th place.
Found it well over a second there from Pork. Good job there.
Damon as well goes 4th.
I wonder if the track's improving. We've seen some big leaps by some of these guys on the last run.
There's some drivers starting their last attempt now. Got to keep an eye on Electric Blade and see if he can improve.
Yeah, he's 6/10 up. He's 6/10 up in the first sector. Looked really tidy for both Degners. There goes Slayer to the top of that 43.6.
Wow. Okay. These guys just might getting more comfy here.
Yeah, I think the track is improving. At least they're getting more used to the conditions. It looked really tidy again there by Electric Blade through the hairpin. He's coming up to Spoon Curve now. There is a car up ahead, but it's well out of the way. Aston Martin. And once again, so smooth from Electric Blade. This guy is on rails, it seems.
Coming up to the Sector 2 split. How much will it be up?
9/10. It's actually not enough as it stands, but he will definitely improve to maybe the front row, if not possibly P3 at worst. Keeps the rear in check, did go over the curve a little bit, and only finds 3rd place. He's actually very close to P2. And there is the checkered flag. He could have continued, but I don't think he necessarily had enough fuel to do so. So his teammate is still sitting atop the standings right now. He's Slayer on the lap himself at the end. I don't think he's good enough ERX to make an improvement anyway. But what a margin he has to play with at the moment. He's not all right.
Tono's moved up. Gabagay's moved up. I think. Who else? Was that Knick Knack? No.
Fireball is still on the lap. I'm not sure if it's competitive or not, but I believe he's the highest placed driver who can still set it. Oh! Got onto the curb and lost the rear. It was a good catch, but that's the end of his competitive lap, I believe. There goes Grumpy.
Wow.
Very late 4th place manoeuvre there, and Travis as well. Nogginator was looking good not so long ago for pole, and he's all of a sudden P6.
Yeah. That turned around really quickly. Let's see if Fireballer can get into the 144s as well. And doesn't, but does jump a position.
Red Eye's not on a lap. Knick-Knack completing his lap and grabs the 44, goes 7th.
And Cynical's into the pit, and then that's all she wrote.
Wow, so pole position for Alpine, but it wasn't the championship leader, it was Slayer, winner of course 2 races ago. Fantastic effort to be, what is that, 4.5 tenths ahead. Great job, great pole lap. Jose Miguel joins him on the front row for Alfa Romeo, and then Alpine make it 1 and 3, with Electric Blade sitting in 3rd.
Yeah, these guys really started to figure it out later into the session. I mean, they're not driving around in their typical wet setup, so it took them a little bit to get used to. But as the qualifying finishes here, Slayer Eyes takes pole by 0.4 of a second. Jose Miguel second on the front row with them. Electric Blade just missing out, still very proper in 3rd. Alongside is Grumpy Old Catman, almost a second off the pace, and exactly a second off is Travis Scott, and at one point the pole sitter Noganator in 6th with DJ Knick-Knack in 7th. Johnny Damon alongside Fireballer and Unholy Red Eye round out the top 10, and we see Cynical and Dead Text Message, Soy Loco and Tono, Monster with Gabagai, Jordium with Pork Chops, and 3.5 seconds off, not the qualifying he was hoping for there, is Cobain Vro with the no time setter of Ray Ray. And then Impossible Bacon hitting us with the 16th month subscription. Shanky, give me my money back, please. Too damn bad. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. You see that?
No, but I don't think I need to.
Oh. You never seen Holes?
You give me a great version there.
It's in Holes.
Oh, Holes. I read the book, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I guess that the
I
book.
didn't think it was that great.
The movie's just iconic. Just with Ray Ray hitting a prime too. There we go.
Whoa.
Love to see it. Crash. Yes, that is me. Pork Chops with love. Grab an image of the livery for the Bawhurst 12-hour. Okay, and where would I find that? But while you post it on the downtime. Okay. Well, while we do have a little bit of downtime here, let's check out the past results and as well what is to come for the future here in the last couple weeks of Season 8. Crazy to say that. Japan is where we're at today. Singapore next week with Division 1 once again. We're going up there for Jacko's favorite track. And then we shall go over to Espan, as they say, and Bahrain. Do you ever hear the... I think it's a wise tale of why Spanish people kind of talk like that. Kind of talk
What
with...
is that?
It's because supposedly years ago there is a Spanish prince or king or whatever, and he talked with a lisp. So then, to make everyone... to make himself feel better, he got everyone else to talk with a lisp.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd love for it to be true because that's hilarious. But there you see it. Ryan Rod's 4 straight wins in a row. Edwin runs out of his P2 streak with Dace getting on the podium for the first time this season and Race Day picking up his 3rd. Now, Jacko, I don't know if you took a chance to look at the Division 1 Drivers' Championship, but goddamn is that close.
I tell you, Ryan looked down and out early in the season after he missed a round and had some other bad luck, but he's been on a hell of a streak and he's recovered and he's right in it. In fact, he's got more points than the guys in front on your leaderboard.
Yeah, I know he is leading. I was going to say what I thought I changed that, but no, I didn't. So I think I changed everything else. Yeah, everything else is in order. I don't think I just wasn't used to changing the top 3. But yeah, on your screen there, Ryan Rods is actually leading 2 points up on Scornsey and 5 points up on Race Day. So that is just getting absolutely tight. Scornsey is fighting for his life and gripping that controller harder than he's probably ever had in his life before. But he's doing a hell of a job.
And Edwin's there as a dark horse as well.
Yes.
Just within, he's not just within, but he's within a race win. So it's necessarily possible.
Okay. All right. Pork will get that up in a second there. But yes, we shall go to the results of last week, which Hotspot was on board for in Austria. Ryan Rods, like I said, with the win, day second, race day third. Scornsey, like I said, fighting hard in fourth place. Saiyajins. Haven't seen that name actually drive in Division 1 for a little while here. Getting a solid finish in fifth, but has still a ways to go because there was quite a few races missed there. And then Nikki, in a full-time seat in Division 1, brings up the rear with Impossible Bacon right beside him. Over to the constructor side, it is kind of getting a little bit out of reach here for the McLaren to try and close that gap. Now they're pretty much trying to fight off the Alfa Romeo for second place as the McLaren curse seems to commence for another season.
Noticed that cake was spelt caca there. Is that a bit of a poo joke on your behalf? Or?
I don't know what the hell's going on here, man. Is it actually?
Yeah.
Where? No, it's not. It's cake.
What?
Yeah.
No, on the other one, the race result.
Oh, is it? No,
Yeah.
no, that's not a the result. It is caca. Okay, well it has to have been that for weeks because the last time I would have typed his name would have been the last time he missed a race. So I don't know how long that's been there for.
Amazing.
Surprised no one's noticed that.
It's a feature, it's not a bug.
Interesting. Okay, quickly we'll get to Division 2. Merck's leading the way there. Proper 76 points up on Red Bull. And did I not switch that around either? Yeah, so Williams has more points. So does Aston Martin. So what is going on here? I swear to God, I sorted this.
Numbers. What has happened?
What? No, wait. So 3 digits for Haas is more than 4 digits for AlphaTauri. I don't know. I was so bottled by my Casa de Mama pizza absolutely turning into a bubble in the oven that I was absolutely checked from actually going through and sorting the numbers. But there you go. Division 2 Drivers' Championship. VTEC leading the way. Houdini, Guitar Man, Khan, and Ariel T-Brum. I can't remember exactly how many positions, but I think Helg was 3rd last week, and he's dropped all the way down to 10th, which just shows how close. Yeah, how tight that division is. So got to keep an eye on that, and we'll be there next week as well.
Indeed. Well, we've got one driver with soft tyres here, and it's Grumpy from 4th on the grid. Every other driver in the top 10 has got mediums attached to their car with some hards dispersed through the rest of the grid down towards the back. Pretty much what you'd expect. Mediums up front makes a lot of sense. Hards at the back makes a lot of sense too. I'm not sure if I can agree with Grumpy's choice of softs here. But if there is an early safety car that he can pit under, maybe it'll work. He'll for sure have a good chance of maybe making a pass off the line with grip on those red sidewall Pirellis.
Let's see.
Everyone is lined up. The Rebs will begin to build momentarily. Here are the lights. Ready for the 27 laps of Suzuka. Off they go. And it is a fantastic launch from Grumpy. He's going to be side by side with Electric Blade and probably overtake him through turn 1, although Electric Blade does swoop around the outside to maintain the position and shuts it off at turn 2 as well. There is yellow flags in abundance. Something's happened towards the back. I believe Stoy Loco and Brian have tumbled down the order.
I think it's just a VSC.
And the safety car.
Is it? Oh, it did? Yeah, it came out. Wow, that was anticlimactic.
So Stoy Loco and Brian Motter are still exchanging positions there. There's no front wing on the AlphaTauri. I'm not sure about the Red Bull. No, neither of them have a front wing. So Red Bull will need to provide them with a wing.
Yeah, they should do that. If I mean, because it's taken away from the AlphaTauri budget. I mean, if
Oh, guys are going off the track in the thickness under yellow.
I don't know what it is with people that love to do that, but all right.
Oh, there's also a Williams here without a front wing. This is Gabba guy in 17th. So we're going to see at least 3 pit stops here, I imagine, if not more. This actually may help Grumpy in extending the softs to a point where the hards can get him to the end in a competitive way. I actually think there's no front wing on this Ferrari either. Yeah, so 16th place Cobain is also without a front wing. So I don't know what happened, but there must have been a pile up of some sort.
Yeah, I was getting a terrible camera angle. You mentioned Gabba guys without one too?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's Cobain, Gabba, Soy Loco, and Brian at least.
And then
heading to the pits right now.
I don't know, conspiracy here. Somehow Pork Chop still has his.
Ono's in as well. Let's see. He does have at least part of his front, but it is being changed anyway. And he speeds into the pit lane. That's unfortunate. Red Bull are going to service 2 cars for front wings here. That's a stack for Soy Loco, who was last anyway. Not a great start for the Honda-powered cars, apart from dead text message up there in 12th.
Well, sorry, we do have a little bit of a moment as well to get through the Division 4 Drivers' Championship. And there you go. Oh, no, it's Maxo leading the way, Baba Yaga in second, Call Me Maybe in third. Decent little tussle there to try and get promoted. But, oh, no, it's Maxo. Has not a safe lead, but a little bit of one. Maybe one bad race from this point on, but still has to work pretty hard to bring it home from there. Williams almost 100 points up on AlphaTauri as they try and bring home the Division 4 Constructors' Championship. And just a reminder for everyone, the track layout for Suzuka and the fastest lap, I'm not sure if it's still sitting with Kenny. These haven't been updated for a while, so it'd be nice to see if Kenny still had a little bit of a record here in Division 1, or in the Midwest F1 League. You'd love to see it. And as well, screw it. Little shout out to, as well as the full song, of our sponsor, Raise Energy, and 15% off your order, MWF1 at checkout.
Yeah, it's nice to see Kenny's name pop up there. It's kind of like seeing, Nino Farina, the 1950 F1 Drivers' Champion. That's how long it was like for Kenny, since he was Season 1 champion in D1. So it'd be nice to see him around at some point.
He's sporting a different name now, isn't he?
Is he?
I think so.
Who is he now?
I think it's not Kenny. I don't know. I think
Not
I have no clue.
He has evolved from
Yeah.
Kenny to not Kenny.
No, I have no clue. Ray giving us a little bit of input saying he has rear. Well, everyone has a rear. I'd imagine meaning he's got damage.
Yeah. Well, Ray for now has the most positions gained, although he won't be eligible for the Driver of the Day point. That currently will sit with the Haas in 13th of Jordan, I think 4 places gained. I think if I was Tono, I may have pitted a second time there, because he's got a 5-second penalty to clear. Yeah. Although it would have forced him to remove those hards, which he may like. Everyone else who pit that first lap put mediums on, so they'll be making the second pit stop at least. So I don't envisage anyone is going to the end at this point, even probably Tono. It will be difficult to stretch hards that far.
Are you much of a Harry Potter man, Jacko?
I read all the books, enjoyed the movies when I was younger. Nowadays, not so much, really. I know that there's a popular game that's come out recently.
Yeah, I was looking into getting it.
Yeah, I imagine it's quite good. I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, it's just everything nowadays takes up so much goddamn space on your console. It's
True.
you can only have like 4 games. I mean,
So true.
it's so annoying. Did you have a
First world
PlayStation
problems,
2?
right?
Yeah, right.
Yes, I did have a PlayStation 2.
Did you see that thing where, you know, when you turn on your PlayStation, it has all like the towers that come up?
Yeah.
So supposedly, the amount of towers that you have on your PlayStation 2 when it boots up is the games that you've played, and the taller the tower was the more hours you put into the game.
Really?
Yeah. How crazy is that? Like,
All right. Well, we're gonna get a restart here on that bombshell.
yeah, that's boggling,
like
eh?
Slayer has absolutely caught them napping. He's
Yeah.
gone. He's off in the distance. Good night and goodbye.
I'd love to see
His
it.
teammate is putting some serious pressure on Jose Miguel, but Jose has dealt with it well up until going particularly wide there at turn 2. He
So,
might lose the position though.
Soy Loco spun around the chicane on the restart there.
Oh no.
Yeah, but Grumpy needs to make these softs work, and currently almost a second back of Electric Blade. He's putting in some solid pressure on Electric Blade. Yellow flag there, and that's Tono gone.
Oh, no.
Good thing
And that is a 5-second penalty
Ooh.
for Ray Ray, who is perpendicular to the track. So Electro goes past him.
And bad news for Grumpy. He's been overtaken tenfold here. Is down to 7th place now. And nearly a little bit of contact between Damon and Travis Scott, and Nick Nack getting brave and going around the outside, taking the turn 3
Red Eye's
Zandvoort
involved
line.
as well. Indeed, you're absolutely right about that. And Grumpy's got no straight line speed. I wonder what's going on there on the Aston Martin.
Ooh.
That was not spoon, that was ladle there by DJ
Yeah.
Nick Nack, but he gets away with it.
And yeah, Unholy catching on Grumpy without even using any ERS to deploy, and kind of takes a poor line there. Happy to see no safety car even after that incident. Unfortunate Tono is gone. First one of the evening. Slayerized, taking fastest lap early on, and we'll see if he's going to be able to improve on that. I mean, it's still very early. Grumpy looking to come back at Nick Nack here, sitting in the slipstream, but yeah, I think you're right. He's just struggling on straight line speed. Cannot make it work going into turn 1, even on the softs.
Yeah, and so what we were talking about earlier with potentially running wet setups for that qualifying section, it just doesn't help you in the race. If that is the case, then what's happening here, it could also be damage that you don't know about. Because floor damage does slow you in a straight line sometimes. We have yellow flags there. I think Cobain has had an issue in his Ferrari. We're getting side by side through Degna 1, and Grumpy almost found himself smack into the back of either of the two cars in front.
Nick Nack.
Nick Nack regains the car, and Red Eye takes advantage, but Red Eye's got damage to the left front end plate there. I think he may have got it exactly at this point. And down the inside goes Grumpy, but there's no traction on the inside, of course. So Red Eye's picked up damage in that. I mean, it's quite significant as well, so I imagine he'll be pitting at some point. Look at the understeer. Ray Ray now retires in the Degnas, and that's another safety car. That's well timed for Red Eye, and I think Grumpy will take advantage as well and pit. Both of them will go to hards.
Yeah, so I mean, Grumpy.
Electric Blade follows him in, so then we have Stack at Alpine.
Yeah, so I was on board with Grumpy on the exit there from Spoon, and it could be just some phantom damage he has that we can't see, or his setup is just all wrong. Because he got such a good run out of the exit of Spoon, but when it came to actually putting it down to the floor, he just wasn't able to keep up with, I think, Unholy there.
Okay, so let's see. Electric Blade did lose a position in that stack, but only one, as Cobain picks up a speeding penalty. So the leaders who pit there are at highest 11th. That's going to be tough. Let's see who else is pit. Gabagai and Brian Mosser have also pitted, but they're definitely not making the end on 4-lap old mediums. So, this is tough. The hards, you're going to have to do a bit of saving to make this work, I believe. I don't think they're going to make it if you push the whole way. I'm not sure if I would have pit in this scenario, but it's certainly a reasonable choice. It's not terrible. Jose Miguel, though, has a good opportunity up front to just drive away and then choose when to pit onto his set of hards. Yeah, he's going to have much better tyre quality at the end of the race. Good for Soy Loco that... Wait, was it Soy Loco that had a 5-second earlier? I think it was. Let me check that. That was correct there.
Well, Ray, I'm sorry, but racing isn't always fair. And unfortunately, it seems it wasn't to you this evening. But you're a good driver. You'll be fine. I get it. Thursday is ruined. It's wasted. That's okay. Go tug one out and hang out and focus on your bets for this Sunday for the Super Bowl.
Who was that monologue to?
Ray.
Ah, I thought so. Where's Ray in the standings? Is that why it's hurting?
Ray 7th, so he's safe,
Okay,
but
so
now,
not,
yeah.
Not a disaster.
Yeah.
It isn't going to be like a relegation thing or title fight.
If he was hoping to get promoted, it's likely come and gone at this point. Needs some, especially so many drivers, he needs to vault at this point now, but you know what, Jacko, sometimes she goes and sometimes she doesn't. It's just the way she goes, right?
That's the same. Sure.
Oh, you were beached for the disqualification. That sucks. Okay, so the safety car should be in this lap. It's gonna be interesting how the rest of this one turns out. And if another safety car comes, then it'll definitely once again throw major audibles into people's strategies, even from this point out. And Gabba Guy decides that he just doesn't want to be involved.
Yeah.
And throws himself on the grass. And is now last place. Oh, never mind. He will get the position back on Cobain.
That's a free kick for what was 11th and back. So Slayer moves up into the top 10 as the lead driver who can make the finish. He needs to keep it calm, I think. Just chill, pick off cars when you can, but not attack too hard. Also needs to worry about the cars behind him more than the cars in front, I believe.
Very interested to see what Cynical can do.
Yeah, Cynical on
and
cars.
the safety cars. Oh, it didn't come in?
No. All chopped bits.
I mean, he's got to look to try and send it from this point out now, though, right? Yeah.
So what's Paul going to do here? He's going to go to the hard top. Okay, yeah. So he wants to go to the end, I imagine. He's got 2 lap fresher tyres than the other drivers who are trying the same thing, but they're only going to be like 1 or 2% being on the hards under safety car conditions. Still, it could be worth it.
How much of a delta do you have when you're trying to catch the pack? Do you really even have one?
When the safety car has been caught by the leader, no one has a delta.
Okay. So I'm thinking it'd almost be worth, in a situation like this, to hold back like quite a bit and then try and put in like, I don't know, like a proper lapse time to try and catch up entering Sector 3 to warm up your tires as much
That can be helpful. That can be helpful, yes.
Yeah, because it'd warm up a lot better than just the swerving.
Yeah, I mean, people do different things. It depends which tyres you want to warm up as well. Swerving is only going to warm the front tyres up. The
Mm-hmm.
rears, you need to be accelerating and braking,
Yeah.
which people don't do as often, which is probably why you see some people lose the rear under restarts. But yes, just driving hard to catch up, if you're like last in Torque's scenario here, is the best way of heating up your tyres evenly, as you suggest.
Oh no, you can just call me a visionary, I guess. You don't have to though.
Yeah, I'm happy with calling you Crash.
I'll take it. Better than dickhead.
It's true.
Okay, we're about to get back at it here. Jose Miguel lead us into lap 9. Noganator right on the back of Jose and gets caught out just a tad. Travis Scott has a pretty good run on Nogs, but shouldn't be under any sort of pressure here into turn 1.
Players under pressure though. The net race leader, of course, has Johnny Damon for company on the inside, and a little bit of battery helps Slayer stay in front. Well executed there, I think, from Slayer. That little blip was just enough.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these hard drivers are going to be driving a little bit nervy to try and avoid what happened Unholy there with an early spin, not having these tires up to temp. But Unholy will be able to spin himself around. He's back on track. Still a ways to go. But that one hurts a little bit there. Johnny really looking to put the pressure on Slayerized. Yeah.
Yep. And of course, Electric Blade is right there.
Oh, and Gabagai finding a little bit more issues.
Gabagai not having very much luck in that middle sector, is he? And there's another safety car.
Wow. Suzuka's just throwing him out here today.
I don't think that one was necessary. That was just a spin and recoverable, but there it is. It's on track.
What was the fire marshal car that led at one point for the safety car years ago?
What are you saying?
There's the fire marshal car came out on track, and then the car started following it like it was the safety car when the safety car was even in behind it.
I don't know.
Oh.
There though, this has done wonders for some drivers and not others, as Jose Miguel, the race leader, enters the pit, speeds into the pit lane, picks up a 5-second penalty, and that's going to dump him way back in the pack. Slayer, Johnny, Electric Blade, Grumpy, and Fireballer, Soy Loco, Cobain are all going to be ahead, and Pork Chops as well, who pitted, if you remember, late in that last safety car, is up to 8th place. Even Red Eye, who was backwards at one point, not only a lap ago, is in 9th place. And those tyres are not really too worn, so they're all on a much better strategy than those who are pitting this lap for hards. Noganator's gone to softs though, which I believe is probably not the best idea. Possibly a glitch. Feel bad for him if that's the case.
Yeah, either that or he's banking on another safety car with how abundant they are here. But it was in South Korea in 2013. The fire marshal car, a Jeep Cherokee, came onto the track up ahead of the cars on a safety car, and they started following it. I'm thinking that with the amount of safety cars we're having so much, the is it an Aston or is it it's a Merc? The Merc might be running out of it might be running out of gas. Might have to get the fire marshal car to lead a lap or two if this keeps up with 3 safety cars before lap 10. Have we had one full lap? I think we've had one.
Yeah, we've definitely had. So this retrospectively makes Electric Blade's decision to stack, which at the time didn't look so great, actually is a master stroke, because he would have been way down there where Miguel is somewhere around 11th at this point. So stacking was a great choice. Everyone up front there has made the right choice of pitting when they did. We've got one driver on softs, one on medium. Cynical, of course, started on... What did Cynical start on? Hards, I believe. So that's kind of not worked out for him whatsoever because I don't think they're going to make it to the end.
I've got a bad joke.
Okay.
Masterstroke would be a great name for a gay porn actor. No?
I'm not going to say anything to that.
What? It would be.
For fuck's sake.
That's a... That's a bad one. Okay, that's it for me. I mean, like, give us some racing here, and then I won't be doing this shit.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I remember several seasons ago in the F2 we had a race, I think it was a sprint race, that literally had 2 laps of green flag because there were so many safety cars. I'm not sure if you were still commentating F2 at the time, but I think you were. And it was just utterly awful.
Tono saying he couldn't avoid Ray Ray when he lost his car. Unlucky. Yeah. You know, these...
He's unlucky.
That is extremely... It's great when everyone can finish the race. Obviously, someone has to finish last, but on most circumstances, we don't get that, and people DNF, and it's rough when it's not the fault of their own. But it's racing.
Alright, surely the safety car will be in this lap. There's no one straggling off the back of the conga line, so I imagine there's no reason to not deploy the races. There is the notification.
Beautiful.
16 laps remain of green flag, hopefully. Hopefully no further safety cars.
This is almost...
Actually, well...
It's almost at this point turned into a 12.5% race, opposed to... no, I guess...
Oh.
Yeah, a 25% race because we do 50, so we've virtually cut that in half. But we're back racing here. Slayer Eyes leads us. Johnny Damon in the middle of the Alpine Sandwich. Grumpy Old Catman not with a good start, already a second back of the trio ahead. I'd
be struggling with these restarts.
Yeah. Oh, and Soy going on the grass to take a look at Fireballer. Opts out. Probably best to do so. We'd like to get a full lap in here, boys. Once again, Jose Miguel showing some proper pace. It is very tight to the back of Unholy. And Unholy finding a little bit of difficulties on the apex. And yes, there will... Oh, and then Unholy loses it and catches a little bit of Noganator. I don't know how Noganator didn't get put into the wall there. Maybe it was
on with Red Eye here, and he's like vibrating in the wall. Like, I don't know what's going on there.
Oh my goodness.
Pork Chops has had some issues.
Oh goodness.
He's more than perpendicular angle there. Waits for the car to go through. Probably damaged his wing reversing there as well.
Don't. Please no safety car. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I'm just saying no safety car. For God's sakes. These marshals need to get a little bit more brave in clearing the debris. Alright, well, we continue on. Thank God.
Arguably, that one was probably more likely to be a safety car than the previous one, but anyway.
There's 2 guys going into the barrier. Barrier, if you will.
Yeah, and there was a front wing deposited that time, as opposed to last time.
And Unholy finding a little bit more troubles. Come on, Unholy, get it together, please.
He's got to have damage at this point.
Yeah. If not car, then definitely emotional damage.
Emotional?
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Well, once again, Soy Loco putting some pressure on Fireballer, but not an area where you can really get an overtake. And we're going to continue on here. Thank God. Noganator, the only man on the red compounded tire here. He needs to try and get these overtakes. Toot sweet.
Oh. Okay, that's the end of the race for Red Eye, but I believe that's in the pit lane. Fork is also fixing a new front wing. I tell you, Johnny Damon looks really good here. The car is reacting nicely to his inputs. It looks comfortable. Oh, as I say, he goes off the track, but he covers it nicely. Top three are getting away slowly from Grumpy, and Grumpy's pulling him away himself, but there's been some issues behind.
Yeah, I'm on board here with...
putting a lot of pressure on Cobain.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say this, and especially Noganator just sitting at the back here on these softs as Cobain takes an alternate line there and goes way off, and that... Oh, then... Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
and
no, there it is.
Further crashing. Oh, my God. It's a pile up.
Bring out the safety car. And a lot of these guys...
5-second penalty.
And, yeah.
What is going on here?
A good lot comes into the pit here. Man, this is just chaos.
I think we just had 5 cars pick up front wing damage and they're all repairing it at the same time. Jose wanted to pit, but he couldn't get across without chopping someone off and had to continue. So unlucky.
He doesn't have damage. Soy does go through on Jose.
I think he does have damage.
He has to somewhere.
It doesn't look good.
Emotional damage, at least.
Oh, here we go again. Recycling the jokes.
Well, someone's got it at this point, man. I mean, I'm verging on it.
I love how there's this queue of cars who've all just piled out of the pit lane together. That's pretty funny.
Noganator's now on the mediums.
Nichols got further damage for sure. He's just gone off the track. He's got hardly any... Something's wrong on Nichols' car. Anyway. So, who initiated that? That was Cobain into...
Yeah, Cobain broke very deep and then smacked the side of Soy, I believe it was.
Really low car, I think, and that created a massive bottleneck which cars sort of went into, including Overmagog, including Noganator.
Yeah, no one could have... Yeah, no one could avoid it there, because I think Cobain hit and then, like, turned sideways across the track, and then there's just one after another. But hey, Jacko, look at this. We've got DRS.
Oh.
Forgot about that feature.
So interestingly, the ERS as well is higher on the Mercedes than the other two in this top three combined. As Jose Miguel speeds into the pit lane for a second time after he retires, understandable frustration on his part. Having led the race at one point, been on a reasonable strategy, only for another safety car to come out, and then just to be caught up in that collision. However, he always has to continue, get some points on the board. Look at Pork Chops, for example. He's 40 seconds behind the next car. He's continuing. Better continue. And we've got problems for Cynical here, who's entering the pits again. Is that going to be a new front wing? Yes.
Suzuka just woke up and chose absolute violence. Just,
Yeah.
I don't know what these guys did to Suzuka. But whatever it was, Suzuka's just gotten absolutely pissed off and is taking it out on all of these poor drivers.
I'll tell you, Suzuka's been like that for the past few weeks. I had a race here not so long ago, and I was on the front row, and I was like, oh, I got to give this guy space. So he's on my inside at turn one, because it's, it's kind of dangerous turn one. I just spun immediately off the outside curve, went flying off the track.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a very tough circuit, but have a look here. The lead is it changing? Yep, there it goes. Johnny Damon uses the DRS to good effect, and through he goes. Almost a double pass on Slayer here as he lets Electric Blade go, I believe. And they're all catching the lap car of Pork Chops here, who's marooned, it would seem, across the track up ahead of them. He's just got going in time. Yeah, Johnny Damon now leads the race. A complete switch from Slayer there from first to third. He had been looking so good up until... And there goes Pork again, facing the incorrect direction.
He was just getting out of the way.
Bit of a... Well, I mean, it's definitely out of the way. Oh dear, he's not going to be out of the way now. That's not a good place to be.
He's leading by example, though. When things go wrong, finish the race, get your points. And that is what he's exactly doing here. But the Alpines seem to have closed up on Johnny Damon, and it actually seems like Electric Blade is getting fairly close to Johnny Damon and might have his chance at a turn 1 overtake on Damon. Gabagai and Mosser, that seems fun. Mosser looking to come back at Gabagai here, taking the inside line here from 130R and actually opts out.
The DRS looks like it might be available. Yep, the race lead's going to change second lap in a row. Third different leader in as many laps. And it's now Alpine, Mercedes Alpine, but in the opposite order as, oh my gosh. Johnny Damon had a big sideways moment there and he catches it. Well held.
Ooh, and Mosser now down the inside line here on Gabagai. But Gabagai very brave on the outside line, taking it very well and holds the defensive line.
Oh, dead text message with a big catch. Well done. I wonder if Slayer is just choosing to hold off here and nurse his tyres. I'm not sure how long they will last. There may have to be some saving going on here.
Yeah, true enough. I mean, it would be great to have those numbers available to us, but it's far from a perfect world. He isn't saving the ERS, that's for sure. He's sub 20, really having to work for it. Cobain picking up the first non-speeding into pit lane or non-contact penalty of the race.
There are not many places to pick up warnings at Suzuka. I mean, you can go wide at Degner 1, that's probably the most common. Maybe even the final chicane as well. But it's not as many as plenty of other tracks at least. Slightly better line through Sector 1 this lap from Johnny as he tries to catch up to Electric Blade, although there was a bit of curve and sideways in the final of these sweepers, which allows the leader to escape a little bit.
What's the record for wins in a single season again? It's like 13, isn't it?
Are we talking real life, Midwest?
Midwest.
I have no idea. Who got 13? That's not impressive.
No, it's 10. I think it's 10 here for Mystic Joker in Season 5.
So Slay, I'm not sure if he had a mistake or he's just falling off the back of these front two. He's well outside of DRS now. Maybe just worth nursing those tyres and hoping that the front two have to worry about them in the later laps. He's definitely got a podium well sewn up at the moment with Grumpy 5 seconds plus behind. Front two are actually approaching, I believe, DJ Knickknack to be lapped soon as well.
I was just curious because right now Electric Blade sits with 6 wins on the season. And if he were to win out, he would be one off of the most in a single season, which is impressive out on its own. Still needs to get the job done, holding, and as well needs to get the job done here in Suzuka. As things have showed, Suzuka can show its sharp teeth at any moment. I think a lot of these guys are learning that. Suzuka don't mess around.
It's a very slippery track, which is also part of why the rear downforce is so important.
keeping an eye on that gap between Noganator and Gabagani. He is slowly making headway and closing that. It really seems to be a two-horse race at this point. Slayer Rise is just kind of fallen out and hasn't been able to close it back up. I mean, a proper team order there, though, if we look at all those laps ago when he did initially get overtaken by Johnny Damon, ended up in the same swing, allowing Electric Blade through to go chase on and taking the lead one lap later.
Absolutely. Always good teamwork there. And, there goes Nick.
Verstappen can learn a thing or two from what Slayer Eyes did.
So can a certain retired former Red Bull driver.
Ricardo's not retired yet.
I know.
Hey, well, he definitely did. He was a good teammate in the later seasons. I mean, that's just kind of how the way it goes with the young drivers. I mean, Schumacher was far from perfect, that's for damn sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did try and repay it at one point, or at that one race.
Austria, I think, 2002.
Yeah. But didn't they still give him the win, though?
No, but here comes a lead change.
Oh.
Johnny down the inside at turn 1. Grabbed it with DRS. Nice move, but he did use a lot of DRS to make that happen.
Did you know that Nick Nack legged out of the session?
Yeah, I said that.
Oh,
and
my
he
goodness.
joined back.
Oh. You just, okay. Yeah. My apologies. There you go. Fireballer looking to make a space here on Grumpy.
He sort of snuck up out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's for sure. Fireballer, of course, needs some points here because he's sitting pretty low down in the order. Currently 16th, I think it is. 16th, yeah.
Yeah, but Fire will do him no harm in avoiding that relegation zone.
Mm-hmm. So Jose Miguel is out. JC isn't here again. That text message should vault himself up, and I'm not sure if Easy Rider Yoey is up in Division 2. He just may be. Let's see what we got there. Yeah, no. Yeah, so dead text message trying to as well close the gap.
Defense to the inside for the lead should be enough to hold on for another lap. So Johnny Damon did get underneath 2/10 there. Six laps remain. Fireballer now overtakes Jumpy for 4th place. Would have been with DRS as well.
So dead text message went the first 6 races without a point. And then he picked up 50 for whatever that was worth. And then once again, didn't pick up a point for the next 2 races. And then over half the season is gone. And he's looking to still try and pull himself out of relegation zone, which is still a possibility. Ooh, Soy Loco really close on the Mosser. Won't really have much of an opportunity here.
I would say that Jordan is up 11 places currently. It's a great effort.
Yeah, and that sitting so far with the hardest charger. Wonder if he's who's gonna chalk it up and go for fastest lap here.
I wonder also if this is going to be a lead change. Electric Blade was close coming out of the chicane, but sort of lost a bit of that gap. It was a good exit there from Johnny. Maintains the lead once again. 5 laps to go now. Oh, with a 10-second penalty.
Ouch. He was just letting
He just needs to avoid disqualification there. He's in 16th, a lap behind the next guy.
all he was doing was just letting a group go by.
Yeah, it happens. The game's not very accepting of that. In qualifying, it'll give you this in next lap invalid as well, even if you're like in sector 1.
Yeah. It's a tough go. He virtually sits a minute and 35, well, no, what, a minute and 32 seconds behind DJ Knickknack with the penalty as well to Knickknack. Oh, Gabba guy found some issues there.
Yeah, alright, Snogginator into the top 10.
Oh, Gabba's really struggling to get off the grass here. Oh. Okay, we'll let you work your way out of that, Gabba.
Sparks pouring off the Mercedes and people.
Ooh.
It's a great visual. Ryan and Solo are having an intense battle, it looks like. We have a P8 there.
Yeah. Oh, and Monster goes a little bit onto the grass. Yeah, Soy actually took the Alonso line there and ended up getting that done.
I tell you, what might make the difference here is that Johnny Damon's getting incredible traction out of that last turn, and it's making it very difficult for Electric Blade to have a go at him. Electric Blade does have a bit more battery to work with in these final few laps, but I'm not sure it'll be enough. Doesn't look like Johnny Damon's won a race so far this season, at least in Division 3, so would be a first. He has won 3 races there in Division 4 though.
Did anyone see that mystery car like in behind Electric Blade? Like it looks like a ghost. It's like the frame is like just the tiniest bit behind. You can see the outline of the wheels. It's really weird. You can only catch it on certain angles on the broadcast view, but I was throwing me off.
I tell you, last week I forgot to share with you afterwards, but I looked back I recorded. There was a teleport that happened in Austria when we were watching Division 4.
Oh, okay.
A McLaren just went from turn 4 to like the 3rd sector.
Oh.
And I really need to ask that driver what the heck happened. I'll try and remember to upload that afterwards.
Okay. Oh, Chewy Dewey with the follow. Thank you very much. Sorry, I've been distracted. Appreciate that. You might catch on. No, I swear to God, it's there. Time 1:16. Okay, gotta remember that.
That is a AlphaTauri having issues. Is it dead text message? Yeah, he recovers it. Doesn't lose a position, but he's lost a lot of time, and his tyres don't look too happy with him.
No. Let's see how much life these mediums as well have. Yeah, we're getting down to the bitter end of it. Electric Blade's running out of time. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't need the win all too much with the way that things have gone for him so far here in Division 3. His next closest competitor is down in 11th. So, I mean, solid points from this point out, and you can see himself up into Division 2 soon enough.
There's his fastest lap there. That's worth the point.
Yeah.
And it just puts that bit more pressure on Johnny on the penultimate lap here. The best time to make a move for the lead will be into turn 1 next lap. Does Electric Blade have what it takes though? There is slightly more battery in reserve for the leader, but it's barely anything. Slayer's having a very lonely race in P3 at the moment.
Oh, and Cobain is out.
Too late for a safety car though. Will it get in the way of the leaders though? Because that car is on the track right where they are.
Oh, no,
Way
he's,
up there.
yeah, tucked along the wall. A little bit of the back of the pack tussling there between Nick Nack and Cynical. Is Cobain a lap behind too? No, he's still on the same lap, so he should be. You should make it out with the points. I think he just reaches the limit. Well, how did Dead Text Message get to 7?
People had issues in front of them. So.
Yeah.
Alright, we're coming to crunch time. This needs to be the move for Electric Blade, unless he can fire one up the inside here at the fucking lap. But one more DRS opportunity, and here it comes. I don't think close enough. I don't think he's close enough, and Johnny Damon will deploy his battery to maintain a healthy gap here. They both deploy, which is not ideal for the car trying to follow. Needed to maintain a little bit there for a little flat out of spoon, and I hope to fire it up the inside into the casino triangle, but I don't know if he's got the traction to do it. Looks like their tyres are fine.
Yeah.
There's a bit of graining on the Mercedes, but nothing too serious, I don't think. Well, that could be the worst commentator's curse if the tyre goes pop right.
It seems like Jordiam is having an uncontested hardest charger here. Next closest is Johnny Damon with 7, but cannot overtake cars that aren't on the track. Looking like an Alpine double podium here. But will it be an Alpine 1-3? A little wide goes Damon, but I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to hinder him too much, and it doesn't look like Electric Blade will have the pace. He really has to be extremely bold here from on 130R, and hopefully Damon holds up a little bit. But Damon has done this 26 times. Feels like 20 of them under safety car, but nails it once again. And through the final couple turns, Electric Blade takes quite a bit of that curb, but it won't be enough in the end. Another podium for Blade, but a win for Damon. And Slayer Eyes just finishing up as well, and it'll look like it'll be a 2-3 for the Alpine squad in a hard-fought race. With Fireballer in a very solid 4th place.
Yeah, Grumpy actually has company in the end there from Jorday, but still maintains his top 5 there in the Aston Martin. Great drive from Jorday to get that hardest charger. Dead Text Message is in 7th, but his margin back to 8th isn't big enough to cover the penalty he has, unless Soy Loco has a 4 exit here.
No, it
I
couldn't
think
do it.
Soy Loco's going to grab 7th here.
Yeah, just in the end.
Noganator into 9th in the end after being tagged, unfortunately. And Brian just slips into the end of the top 10 there, with Chavis having a penalty. The other guy after an eventful race is probably going to end up 12th, or definitely, because 13th Cynical is a lap down, has already finished the race, as has Cynical in 14th. Oh, sorry, Nick in 14th. Hawk is still driving in 15th.
I mean, Pork Chops ended up getting an extra position in the end with Cobain's difficulties. I'm not sure if Cobain will be able to pick up the point. I think he's just, like, that lap eligible.
We'll see in a minute.
Yeah.
Standings. What is that? Yes. Alright, it was a 4/10 margin of victory for Johnny Damon, his first victory in Division 3. He's previously had wins in lower divisions. Electric Blade Championship leader extends his margin not only with second place but also the fastest lap there, ahead of his teammate in Alpine double podium Slayer, who had pole, of course, ending in third. Then it's Fireballer marginally ahead of Grumpy and Jorday, with a reasonable margin back to Soil Icon and Dead Technology there as well. I think it was Noganator in that same time bracket. Then it's Brian filling in at the end of the top 10. Travis, Capricorn, Cynical, DJ Knickknack, Pork Chops, and Cobain will be classified 3 laps down. The retirements were Jose Miguel, Unholy Redder, Ray Ray.
Yep, that took a lot of focus to get that through, and well done to the drivers that were able to stick that one out, because that was 3 safety cars before lap 10. Oh yes, I'm muted in Discord. I keep forgetting that when on my auto mute on my mute button, I mute myself only in Discord and not on the stream, and then I know that I'm not muted on the stream because I can see my mic going. Then I forget that I'm muted in Discord and you can't hear me. So it's just a double thing. But we'll see if we can get these guys in for interviews. Will you be joining us this evening there, Jacko? Or
yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. While we have a little bit of a moment here, let's check out the iRacing livery. Wow, look at that. Oh my god. That looks so freaking good. I'll send you a direct link here, Jacko, so you can actually take a better look.
Pretty nice.
So you can take a better look of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a proper livery there. Well done to whoever made that. That looks mighty sexy. I'd like to see a front view. Oh, we didn't even talk about the liveries released. Mr. Jacko.
I'm not sure I know much about this topic.
The liveries for the F1 cars.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe we'll talk about it when we've seen a few more, I guess. But so far, nothing jumps out as really great to me. So
I like the shift from the white to the black for the Alfa Romeo. I think that looks good.
Yeah. I think I need to see it under proper lights as well before I make my mind up on that. You can never tell with those studio ones.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you don't know how it exactly looks. I mean, but they went for what the Haas, what the Haas did, going to the black as well. They did the same thing that Renault did a couple of years ago, where I think it's all yellow from the front, but then when you look at it at the side, it's all black. They did that with it's all white. When you look at it from the front, it's all white, but then when you look at it on the side, it's all black. I like when they do those. Gives it depth.
I seem to yo-yo the liveries every few years. They sort of go back to a similar one they had before, and they keep doing that.
Yeah, true enough. I mean, unless you're Red Bull, then you just hit copy paste on the new car.
Honestly, the easiest job in the world is the Red Bull graphics designer.
Who gets paid to do that? Like, oh god, yeah, they I would love that job. Oh god.
You're just sitting there with a control.
Yeah, right. Let's see. I got another one sent to me here, or another couple, but where is it? Alright. Let me get this one up here. There you go. There's the other one there. Or there's the front of it. That is.
I didn't get anything.
I was just putting it on livery made by. Wow, Pork Chops made it. I didn't know you were such an artiste.
No. So who's part of this team? I think I had Bacon. The other guys.
1 second.
Voting guys are ready, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't get anything from Jordium. Okay, we'll just have to send it. Oh, as he just joined. Oh, no, I need to add his name. Sorry here, Jack. I was just trying to... Jordiham. The iRacing. I've got Ryan Rods, Jin, Sharia, Edgar, VTech, and then it looks like Tim Lee, Mitch 791, and MMR Cowboy 96.
Okay, so presumably this is among 2 cars.
Yeah, I think we might be putting in 2 cars. I think, yeah, in the initial they were going to put in 1, but I think they said they had the potential for 2. Entering 2 teams, yeah, that's what Fort Chalks was saying. Team 1 is Jin, Shreya, Tim Lee. Team 2 is Mitch, Ryan, VTech. Beautiful. But okay, yeah, let's get these guys in here. Day. Okay, quick little mic checks. I'll start with Damon. Check. Unmute yourself. Check. Yeah, I saw you say something there. Blade, you've been in here before. Yep. You unmuted. Don't. There you go. Yep. Slayerized. Unmute yourself, Slayerized. Maybe not. Nope, not unmuting. Jordium.
Yellow.
Okay, yeah, you're good. Well, we'll see what's going on with Slayerized there. But anywho, that was a very interesting race. Well done to all 4 of you folks. 3 podium getters and Jordium picking up the hardest charger. 11 positions, I think it was in the end, so a very classful race. Whatever. Anywho, we'll start with the Johnny Damon. That was a very proper race between you and Blade. You were under a lot of pressure there, and Blade put it on you pretty good at the end there. Do you think maybe that was your only chance to get the overtake? Like, if you didn't get it there, do you think you might have even got it again with how close you guys were on pace?
Honestly, I don't think I would have had a chance again, because there was a few spots where he almost got me out of DRS, and then I pulled him back, and coming out of that last corner, I was like, all right, this is the time I got to go on lap 22, get by him, and hopefully I could hold him off. And I was able to, maintain ERS and keep regenerating to hold him off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it was very tight between you two. Now he had a couple of attempts on his overtakes later on. Were there any where you really felt like it was going to be it and you might have gone down to second?
Honestly, I thought he was waiting until the very last lap. I thought he was going to wait until lap 27 because there's only one DRS zone, and I thought he was just going to overtake me then, and it was going to be a battle. But I stuck inside and drove down through the inside and managed to hold him back.
Yeah, no, it was very good racing from you two both and proper defending there. But I'll let Jacko take it away. What says you, Mr. Jacko?
Yeah, well done again there, Johnny, on that masterclass of a win. But I was wanting to ask you about the thought behind pitting when you did, which was under that that safety car, which is I think the second safety car. Obviously, that was the right choice looking back on it. But how were the tyres towards the end? Was there any potential puncture going to happen there?
Yeah, that like 73% on the fronts. Yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking going into the last lap because I was like 69-70% going into the last lap, and it was like, oh boy, I'm getting towards puncture territory, and I gotta hold off electric. But yeah, that early pit stop, I knew there was going to be at least another safety car or two, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, that was absolutely the right choice, and congratulations on your first Division 3 victory.
Thank you.
Yeah, very well done, man. Now, kind of continue on through the rest of this season here. I mean, what's your goal to try and finish out season 8 with?
Honestly, I just want to continue running up front and show some of these guys that I'm here to compete for a championship next season.
Fair enough. Best of luck with all that. Thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate that. And yeah, maybe you can get that going for next season.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, on to Electric Blade. Now, you were in some sort of form, winning several races in a row, and still with a second place here. I mean, it's disappointing. Do you think maybe you could have, on a different circumstance or a different strategy or different approach, could have come home with the win here?
It was going to be a toss-up because I feel like we were pretty even late in the race. So when he passed me, I was just trying to save battery, trying to wait and see if I could get a good enough run out of that last 2 turns, but never got a good enough one. So second place isn't bad though, just trying to keep good finishes for the end of the season.
Yeah, you're well on your way to going up into Division 2. You've reserved there a couple of times. You feel like you've got the pace and everything to compete there?
Actually haven't gone to Division reserved yet.
No? Did you come from Division 4? Because you've got a buttload of points.
I've been Division 3 the whole season.
My goodness. Okay, so you've just been on a tier of your own the whole season. I mean, well, I guess in the last little bit, because you won, I think, 4 of 5 races the last little while. Like, what was the difference there for you to kind of get into that groove?
Probably, I don't know. Just think that break helped a little bit because I started doing better after it, like getting better finishes. So I don't know, just been consistent, I guess.
There's nothing you've done different. It's just things have kind of been falling your way a little bit more now.
Yeah, Cam leaving didn't really. That kind of made it a little easier to finish up there because he was pretty fast before he had to leave.
Okay, fair enough. Well, before I take any more questions, I'll give it over to Jacko here.
Yeah, it was a great drive there, Electric Blade. We noticed at one point, though, again, a similar question to what I asked Johnny Damon, is the pit stops under that second safety car, and you in fact stacked at that point behind your teammate. Only lost 1 position in that, but obviously you realise now it was the correct decision. But at the time, were you sort of cursing yourself for having stacked, or what was the thought process at the time?
I was just following Slayer, and I knew we were going to stack if we win at the same time, so I wasn't too worried about that. So losing 1 spot wasn't too much of a penalty for it. So.
And how were your tyres by the end of the race?
They got above 60. I know that because I saw the little tire thing light up near the end of the race. I wasn't really paying attention to how worn they got.
All right. Well, congratulations on another massive amount of points, and it's looking very good for you in the championship.
Thanks.
I've got one more question here, Blade. So when, because you were Slayer Eyes was initially leading. He gets overtaken by Damon, and then was there any do you and Slayer Eyes talk at all during the race for him to let you go, or is that just kind of just the sense between you two?
No, we weren't. We were not in a party, so he kind of left the door open a little bit, and I was hesitant to take it at first. Then he left it open again. I was like, all right, I'll just take it and try to chase down Johnny. So I don't know. That's just how it happened.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was just curious because I mean, it seemed like it was that that Slade did just kind of let you go, but yeah, I mean, it worked out for both of you in the end, still with podiums and proper points for the two of you. But yeah, thank you very much, Blade. Appreciate you stopping by. Looking forward to seeing you in Division 2 next season. You're getting pretty close to actually locking the position in, so best of luck there.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, Slay, are you here? Are you present? Can you unmute yourself? Still no. Nothing. Okay, we'll go over to Jordaham, and maybe you can start with telling me how to actually pronounce your name there.
It goes kind of like Jordan.
Jordaham.
Yeah.
Okay. And what nationality does that derive from?
Well, my name is Jordan, but Canada.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I should be saying it. I should be having no problem saying it then. I don't know why I'm struggling so much.
It's just my name combined with damn.
Aha. Okay, now that makes sense. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but anywho, hardest charger for you, picking up a boatload of positions there. Now, off of the, or I guess after qualifying, kind of struggling a bit there. Like, how was that the best you could do at quali, or like were you missing major time somewhere? Was it just too difficult with the super wet?
Yeah, I think my setup was more aggressive to high speed on the straights, so I really suffered in the wet. I did a boatload of laps there, and that's probably close to the best I could get. Maybe like another tenth or tenth and a half. Yeah.
So then, yeah, when the race did open up there on the dry, you had a boatload of confidence there then, eh?
Yeah, I thought I could pick up some places. I got stuck behind dead text for a while, but once I got around him, I was pulling on to Grumpy Cat pretty quick.
Yeah, no, you definitely it worked out as good as you could kind of write it up there. I mean, how much was your strategy altered with the hefty amount of safety cars to start?
It was pretty similar. I stopped like 2-3 laps early, go from medium to hard. I think if I had one more DRS straightaway, I probably could have got one more position, but about all I could do with the laps we had.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, it's tough to be angry with 11 positions picked up. So yeah, well done there. But yes,
yeah, true enough.
All right, Jocko, what says you?
Well done on that. Incredible performance, gaining 11 positions there. Damn. But I'll tell you, I didn't really pick up on much of what was happening. It sort of happened in the background with you from my perspective. So maybe, were there any collisions or anything like that you narrowly avoided? I know there was a lot happening around you. Did you get close to any of them?
I was pretty fortunate, I think, in the race. I think I got pretty close to an Aston Martin around turn maybe 9, midway through the race, but nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Pretty clean.
So you were another person who picked for the hards, I guess, at the second safety car, I think. So
Yeah,
obviously
second
worked
or
out
third, on lap 9, yeah, switched over.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, great effort. I'm sorry I didn't really pick up on much of it, but looked like it was a good race.
Yeah, thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was good. I was happy with it. It was my first race in D3, moving up from Division 4, so hopefully it continues good.
Oh, nice.
I am now, yeah, starting this week. I think this will be my second season. Yeah. There was a few. I got to do some reserving in Division 2 the last 3 weeks, so that helped for my points, and then I think that got me high enough in Division 4 to get a spot in 3. Yeah. No, I was with Alpine.
Now I muted myself in the bloody stream and then kept myself. It's just such a tough day. I'm just so rattled with how my Casa de Mama pizza turned out tonight. I'm just shook. This bloody thing looked like a goddamn balloon when I pulled it out of the oven. I mean, what's worse than that? And there's no cheese on it. Like, the cheese is as if it just disappeared. Whatever. Is what it is. Those are my struggles. But anyhow, very well done to you, Jordan. Best of luck the rest of the season there. And in your future seasons, too. We'll talk to you again hopefully soon.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
No problem. Okay. We'll see. We'll give... we'll give a 30-second timer here to see if Slayer Eyes will answer back here, Jacko.
Put your referee's uniform on and give him a 10 count.
10 count? That's pretty... Not 30?
Yeah, but like... Don't put like 1 second between them. Give it like dramatic effect pauses.
Okay, let's see. What about like okay, the timer started. What like that timer with that I put race day on that one time? That was that was golden. Were you there
I
for that?
messaged Slayer and he's not messaged back, so I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna happen. Were you there for that when I put the timer on him?
I don't think so, but I think I heard that.
Oh, it was absolutely golden. Yeah, okay, so the 30 seconds ended. Yeah, I think Impossible and Ryan Rods were, and we were just absolutely howling after the stream. We were just like crying. It was so funny. The guy just fit like a whole 3 chapters of a Hardy Boys novel into 30 seconds. It was impressive, actually. All right, but anyhow, drivers, thank you very much for tuning in. Jordy M or Slayer Eyes, I guess, or sorry, Johnny Damon. If you guys have anything to say it now. If not, you guys will be booted out of the chat, and we'll see you at some point in the future. But if anything to say it now. No, John Damon's good.
Nice.
Easy. Okay, bye-bye, Jordy M. Bye-bye, Slayer Eyes. Okay, and Jacko, that is about it. That's all she wrote here for race week 12, something like that. Yeah, finishing up.
The business end. Ready to go.
Exactly that. Now, are you back for next season? I guess we can start asking that question.
Back in terms of what, entering or
casting?
Or
well, what are you doing next season? Because it seems to flop with you at times.
Yeah, I think I'll stay with commentating. Yeah, don't see why not.
Good stuff. Okay, so I don't need to... Yeah, because last time when I said when you were leaving, I was going to try and find another Australian, and I messaged Tim Cahill, but he turned me down instantly, and I had to go with Shelly the Turtle. I know, the audacity. I thought Australians were next to Canadians on politeness and everything like that, but that, yeah, changed my view. It is what it is. So what's the plan for the rest of the evening there, Jacko?
I haven't really got much of a plan. I think most of my plans happened before for this broadcast. But yes, looking forward to a nice, relaxing afternoon. It's not going to be too hot today. As opposed to tomorrow, it's going to be super hot. So I'm not looking forward to that much.
Yeah. I was finally only needed to use the second setting on my, or the second I guess second setting on my the heater in my truck yesterday, so that was good. Yeah, we've come down a little bit, or we've come up a little bit in temperature, so that was nice. Good surprise. But we're back at it next week there. Division 1, and once again we took a 2-week break from Div 1. We're going to Singapore now. You got to be excited about that.
Yeah, Singapore is one of my favorite tracks, and it's always puts on a good show. Great for battling. This game is no exception. Sad to miss out, actually. Last season, I think I missed the broadcast. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Let me see if I can get the Division 1 results here. Let's see if they're posted in the... And maybe we can
There's
get...
certainly some unhappy people I'm seeing in the Division 1 chat, so something has gone pear-shaped for a couple of the guys.
Yeah, no, nothing yet. But we'll see what that turns out to be, because it's getting real tight, and Scornsey is now out of the championship lead, and Ryan Rods has the potential to run away with it. So
Is he though? Is he back? Because I think I saw congratulations to Edwin Hoxett and Scornsey from someone, so that suggests that might be the podium.
yeah, wonder if we can.
Race day's not happy, so
Hoxett got P2.
okay.
I'm
Scornsey
seeing
win then?
Hoxett from qualifying banned to P2, so he had a race and a half.
I'm getting a message from Slayer here saying he never heard anything. Interesting.
Oh no. Well, that sucks. Yeah, I'd like to know the results for D1 here. Well, we'll see. It is what it is. You know where you can check out the results when are posted there, Jacko, even before next Thursday. You know where you can check that out?
I'll let you tell everyone.
Well, that's through our social media channels, which as follows on Twitter. Search up NW Esports, as well through the Instagram page. If you'd like those direct links, you can just search up Midwest F1 League right on Google, and the website will come up for you toot sweet, and you can select all those links through that to make it quite easy. YouTube page has all of our past races, and our future races will be posted there. And if you want to see things live, then you can see it right here on the Twitch channel. Search up Midwest F1 League, and it'll pop up for you if you're on YouTube and want to check it out live every Thursday, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. Jacko and I bring you the action that Midwest F1 League has. So, hopefully, you can come. Oh. P1 Hawks. No, Ryan Rod's P1, Hoxett P2. Or Scornsey P1, Hoxett P2, and Edwin P3. Oh, so Scornsey's back. Maybe he got that wheel set up again. We'll see. But anywho, hopefully you enjoyed what was on display, and hopefully you'll enjoy all the future casts. But as for myself and Jacko, have a safe and fun weekend. And yeah, say bye, Jacko.
What was that? I missed that. You sort of broke up a little bit.
Oh, did I? Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Wait, what is Pork Chop saying wait for?
Don't end yet. He says.
Don't end yet. He's holding us here as hostages.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm curious what we're waiting for now too, and why we can't close the stream. Okay, here we go. Someone posted Scornsey 1, Hoxett 2, Edwin 3, Scavney 4, Cake. Bacon is using the league Twitch to stream his end of Bawhurst of the 24-hour. Yeah. Ooh, race day DNF'd. That's big. Bacon is using the league Twitch to stream his end of the Bathurst 12-hour. That's this weekend, right? I think so. He's working as a spotter. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you can see this lovely livery represent the Midwest F1 League in that this weekend. So be sure to tune in for the announcements there, and hopefully we will see you then. But Pork, can we close the stream now? Because I've actually got to help in Bacon with that. Oh, I suppose. I love you too, Pork. All right, Jacko. Can you hear me? Are things going awry? Okay.
Yeah, things going a bit weird there for a second.
Okay. Well, yeah, have a good evening, everyone. And hopefully we'll see you very soon. But as
See you,
for
everyone.